Alright guys, this video is gonna be another one that is more abstract compared to my usual videos where I talk about specific games or specific topics. Kind of like my last one where I talk about gaming getting too big, having been a mistake. In this one, I also want to touch upon the fact that I think gamers, as a whole, I fucking hate this term, but yeah, let's just use it for the sake of this video. Gamers as a whole don't value integrity for the most part. Most people, because I've noticed. Even when it's blatant that some reviewer, some YouTuber that they like is shilling for a specific company, they don't really care as long as they like the person in question. I assume, I don't know, because there's just been too many cases where YouTubers have been blatantly shilling. I mean, the most popular YouTubers are shills, pretty much. They are in bed with the publishers. They get the codes, the review codes. And there have been egregious cases like the Cyberpunk one, where people were apparently like previewing a build that never existed, a perfect build that never existed. I don't know what the fuck they were reviewing. They were previewing, but that didn't correspond absolutely to the final game. So, I mean, what are you gonna do? The problem is that these people don't get to feel the consequences of their actions, and that's why nothing will ever change in this sense. When there's no consequences for shady behaviors, you feel incentivized to engage in them, especially because they are very profitable, both in terms of your outreach on YouTube and on social media, and also in terms of economics, financial gain, because you get more exposure, you get more views, and all that stuff that derives from you being among the first to actually touch a very anticipated product like Cyberpunk was, for example. And yeah, these people that were shilling for Cyberpunk, just to name an example of a game that was very egregious in this sense, yeah, they got minor backlash. Maybe they lost a few subscribers, but as far as I can see, they are still doing pretty well on YouTube. So, like I said, there's really no downside to becoming a corporate shill on YouTube. There's literally no downside, because most people don't value integrity. I mean, I guess this just doesn't apply to gamers, but people as a whole. I don't know. These people, these YouTubers are as popular as ever, and also you can bet the next Cyberpunk will be a pretty popular game, probably, despite what happened with the first one. You can bet people will pre-order it no matter what, because people just never fucking learn. They just can't help themselves. It's like they enjoy taking it up the ass by corporations or YouTubers, reviewers, as long as they have an emotional attachment to them with their parasocial relationships. I mean, I did touch about this argument in this topic in one of my previous videos, but it was more a general. Was also included other topics, not just one, about the shilling and the lack of integrity. So in an industry where most people don't value integrity, are you really surprised that things got this bad? Also in terms of business practices, all the microtransactions, Game Pass is bullshit, paid online is something I honestly never understood. I mean, I did back then, back when Xbox was the only one doing it. I mean, you could kind of excuse it because there was no other service around like Xbox Live back in 2004, 2005. Because they were offering matchmakings for games. There was nothing like that on consoles. I'm not sure about PC because I did play a few games on PC, but I don't remember them having matchmaking, unless I'm remembering wrong, but it's been a while. But most games on PC, I don't think, at least online, had matchmaking. So definitely Xbox Live in this sense was kind of stood out. And yeah, it was paid, but it was the exception. But then as time went on, it started losing its appeal, its value to pay for a basic feature that was online. Because yes, PS3 was doing it, it was free. It wasn't as good as Xbox Live, but the service was good enough, in my opinion, that you couldn't really complain that much, other than the egregious fuck up they did with the breach they had back in 2011, I think. But yeah. And then in the next gen, PS4 also made the online paid, because Xbox fucked up, and then PlayStation slipped in their online play behind a paywall, because they were the heroes and Xbox were the bad guys. So they had nobody complained about paid online because everybody was already used to it on consoles. Yeah, this is pretty much. So like I was saying, it's like people in the video game industry, the customers, I mean, are happy when they can get screwed over by their favorite YouTuber or their favorite corporation. It's something, I don't know, maybe it's something tied with playing video games that makes people more submissive. I don't know, there must be a link, because it's very, this is something that is very like common. I mean, I used to be like this too when I was a kid. I was fanboying over my favorite, over Sega, and actually it was very sad when Sega left the space, but yeah, the console space. But yeah, I mean, this is something you can do when you're a kid, but when you're an adult, like 20 years and older, it starts getting very sad. When you have literal adult man-childs simping for corporations, or fighting over the honor of their favorite VTuber or YouTuber or whatever the fuck it is. It's just very sad all around. So don't be surprised that the industry is just full of shit like this, because it starts from the user base first. It starts from the user base, and then the big shots feel compelled to shit on this user base because they don't suffer the consequences. YouTubers don't suffer consequences. Corporations don't suffer consequences. So I blame, like usual, like I said, the customer base, which doesn't have any. Most of them don't have any form of self-respect. They will chuck down every slop the corporation shits on their plate and be happy to eat it, and actually ask for more. That's a sad thing. But yeah, as usual, let me know what you think. And my next video will be lighter. It won't be as pessimistic as this one. will be almost like back to regular schedule in this sense. But yeah, this is it for this one, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye.